Today's topic is the Suragama Sutra. Buddha spoke the sutras to cause living beings to go back to the origin and to return to the source. In other words, to turn our backs on the mundane life and to unite with enlightenment. The Suragama Sutra is known as the Sutra for Enlightenment. Today we will share a beautiful verse from the sutra, hopefully to bring forth great wisdom. Ananda, you have not yet understood that all the defiling objects that appear, all the illusory, ephemeral characteristics spring up in the very spot where they also come to an end. Ananda is the main character of the sutra. Once collecting alms, he was under the spell of the daughter of a Montanji. As a monk for 12 years, he almost lost the sexual misconduct precept. Why did this happen to him? Because he did not understand the truth. The truth is that all is illusory and ephemeral. Our attraction between man and woman is only an illusion of the mind. It's short-lived and it's impermanent. Ananda did not see. He was still under the influence of the spell. We need to see clearly the truth. Where did all phenomena or delusion come from? It springs up from the very spot where they also come to an end, which means they come from nowhere and they go to nowhere. The very spot is emptiness. In the 10-type Buddhism, we use the 3 meditation to understand our one true mind. The 3 meditations are void meditation, unreal meditation, and mean meditation. Void meditation means understanding the true essence of all phenomena is emptiness. Unreal meditation means to understand that everything has conventional existence. You cannot say they do not exist, but it's unreal existence. So it's all because of cause and condition that they arise and cease. Number 3 is the mean meditation, our one true mind, the middle way. This whole sutra is talking about one mind in terms of the 3 meditation. The first section is about void meditation. All the phenomenon only comes up at the very spot, which is emptiness. In the sutra, it talks about a practitioner. He's known as a pure youth adorned with fragrance. His specialty is his sense of smell. One time, they were lighting up incense. He said, I contemplated this fragrance. It did not come from the wood. It did not come from emptiness. It did not come from the smoke. It did not come from the fire. There's no place it came from, and there's no place it went to. Because of this, my discriminating mind dispelled, and I attained the absence of outflow. So this practitioner, he was able to become enlightened through the sense of smell. Through this fragrance, he understands it's coming from nowhere. It's not the wood, it's not the empty sky, it's not the fire or the smoke. It comes from nowhere and goes nowhere. It's emptiness. He has no more outflow. That means no more afflictions. We can learn how to be enlightened and understand emptiness. For example, if someone insulted us, we became angry. Where does this anger come from? We have to contemplate. It comes from nowhere and it goes nowhere. Did it come from this person's words? If it came from this person's word, then everybody should be upset when they hear it. But only I'm upset. That means it has no real existence. Is it coming from myself? If it's coming from myself, then I should be angry all the time. So it's not from myself either. So there is nowhere it came from. Its true nature is emptiness. That way we can let go of this anger, because this anger is not me. I am the emptiness, which is our true nature, our true enlightened mind. Now let's look at the second line. They are what is called illusory falseness. This is talking about the unreal meditation. They do look like they exist. Just like the shadow, you can see the shadow, but do they really exist? It's only a shadow. Like a magician pulling a rabbit out of the hat, the sleight of hand. So is it real? It's an illusion. So it exists, it has conventional existence, but it's only from karma, from cause and effect, that everything springs up, but it's all emptiness. So understand the unreal nature of their existence. But their nature is in truth the bright substance of wonderful enlightenment. We understand emptiness, we understand their conventional existence as illusory falseness, then we will understand everything's true nature is the bright substance of wonderful enlightenment, our one true mind. So we should use this illusory life right now to match with our nature. It's called the Dharma Nature. Every urge, every thought, every action should accord with this Dharma Nature. Then our great wisdom will emerge and afflictions will cease. Now we explain it further. Thus, it is throughout up to the 5 skandhas, 6 entrances to the 12 places, and the 18 rounds, the union and mixture of various causes and conditions account for their illusory and false existence, and the separation and dispersion of the causes and conditions results in their illusory and false extinction. The first part is void meditation. The second part is unreal meditation. Again, we call our body and mind the 5 skandhas of form, feelings, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. That consists our body and mind. We think that's us, that's the self. But Buddha says its true nature is voidness. It's not a real existence. We should not think there is a self that's separated from others. We separate ourselves from others because of this body. But this is an illusion. We are all together as one phenomenon. But when we see others, we might put up an image because we want to impress others or want others to like us. We might be fake nice, but we're not being the genuine self. We're all living in the illusory life of our alaya consciousness. To understand this, we'll be able to really love and be genuine to all beings and treat everyone like ourselves. The 5 skandhas, if you open it up, is the 6 entrances of our 6 sense organs of eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. If you add the 6 sense objects of sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and dharma, then it becomes the 12 places. If you add the 6 consciousness of eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue, body, and mind, then it becomes the 18 rounds. The 5 skandha, you expand it becomes the 18 rounds. That's our body and mind. How does it come about to be phenomenon? It's all because of the union and mixture of cause and condition that it exists, has illusory and false existence, and it's the separation and dispersion of the causation that results in their extinction. All the arising and ceasing, life and death, it's only cause and conditions we call karma. This karma is what's carrying us throughout lifetime after lifetime. In the sutra, it says karma in accords with living beings' minds in response to their capacity to know. Karma is from our own laya consciousness. It stores all our past karmic deeds. Right now, we're just experiencing the retribution of our past karmic actions. So our 5 skandhas up to the 18 rounds is all based on our past karmic deeds. So for example, there are 5 members in the family. 4 might feel they're very happy and loved, and 1 might feel like it's misery. So it's all based on our karma. If we keep seizing upon conditions, that means grabbing onto the external objects, the 5 skandhas, they are all hindrances. But if we go inward and contemplate on their true nature, the 5 skandhas and 18 rounds, they are helping us to become enlightened. In the sutra, it talks about 2 Dharma princes named physician kings and superior physician. They became enlightened through the sensory object of the taste from the 12 places. They said, the nature of flavor is not empty and not existence, nor is it the body and mind, nor is it apart from the body and mind. We became enlightened by discriminating among flavors. The flavor is not empty because it has unreal existence, and it's not existent because it's voidness. It's not the body and mind, it's not the 5 skandhas, it's not the 12 places, but it's not apart from the body and mind. So that's how they become enlightened, through tasting. The nature of food and tasting is the bright substance of wonderful enlightenment, or one true mind. Who would have thought that the production, extinction, coming and going are fundamentally the everlasting, wonderful light of the treasury of the thus come one, the unmoving, all-prevailing perfection and wonderful nature of true suchness. So going back to the mean meditation, all the production, extinction, coming and going, that's talking about all the cause and conditions. They are fundamentally the one true Buddha nature. Here it describes 4 great qualities of our pure mind. It's everlasting, which means it doesn't have coming and going. And it's a wonderful light of the treasury of the thus come one, which means they have no confusion or enlightenment. And it's unmoving, which means it has no production or extinction, and it's all prevailing. It's nowhere, but it's everywhere. That's the excellent qualities of our one true mind. We call it the true suchness. So own up to who you really are. You are not this little bubble, the 5 skandhas. We are a big ocean that has infinite potentials. So contemplate the fundamental falseness of appearances and contemplate on the fundamental truth of the nature. All appearances are illusory, and the real nature is our one true mind. If within the true and permanent nature one sees coming and going, confusion and enlightenment, or birth and death, there is nothing that can be obtained. Lastly, we go back to the void meditation. Within this true nature, there is no coming or going, confusion or enlightenment, birth or death. There is nothing. Emptiness is our true suchness. In the sutra, it talks about a practitioner named Bhattapala. He became enlightened through the sensory object of touch. One day he was taking a shower. He became enlightened. Suddenly, I awakened to the fact that the water does not wash away the dust, nor does it cleanse the body. At that point, between the two, I became peaceful. I attained the state of there being nothing at all. There's no water, there's no dirt, there's no body. He realized that all of these are conditioned existence and they're all empty in nature. So there is absolutely nothing at all. That's our true suchness. The reason we chant Amitabha is to help us become awakened to our true nature. the bright substance of wonderful enlightenment. Every day, in all situations, we can meditate on void, on real, and the mean meditation. And by chanting Amitabha, that's how we be mindful of our true nature. So that's the class for today. Thank you for listening. Amitabha.